As we enter 2023, I thought I'd share with you 5 of the most common pitfalls or perhaps pieces of advice that we would share with clients and potential clients who are looking to digitize their private capital firm. The first of which is, when you're looking at a solution, choose a platform, not a point solution. Now, what we mean by that is that we engage with clients, some of which have already made decisions in prior years, perhaps have invested in a deal management platform or a basic CRM platform. And what we see is most of the time they've made choices that have essentially painted themselves into a corner. They've chosen a point solution that addressed a particular need at the time, perhaps starting, as I say, with something like deal management or portfolio management, but then wanting to extend that capability into things like investor relation management or fundraising, and finding that the platform that they've chosen doesn't extend to offer that capability. So the first piece of advice that I would give is that you need to choose a platform, not a point solution. The second piece of advice I would give you is make sure that you choose something that is fit for purpose, not generic. There are a lot of generic tools that are out there. People look at Airtable, choosing solutions like Affinity, etc., that are basic, meet a basic requirement, have the ability to adapt with a little bit of clicks, not code, but don't really meet the end requirement. And so what you find is that whilst it may meet the day one requirement when you're starting from scratch, a month or two into use of the tool, they find that they've hit a little bit of a dead end, or that the tool is not capable of moving in the direction that they need. So you need to find something that is fit for purpose, not generic. There are tools out there like Asset Class that are built from the ground up for private capital firms. Seek them out, look at those solutions, and make sure that you're finding something that, as I say, is fit for purpose, not generic. The third piece of advice that I'll give is make sure that you design an architecture from the outset that doesn't lead to what we call islands of information. And what I mean by that is very often we'll deal with clients who have chosen solutions, maybe a basic CRM, maybe a basic deal management or portfolio management platform, and find that they have 2 versions of their LPs' contacts, their investment information, etc., sitting in separate systems. Islands of information have formed over time, nothing deliberate in it, it's really emerged organically. You might find yourself in that situation today. Make sure that you work with a provider that provides a platform that enables you to pull information from your CRM, from your investor relations platform, from your portfolio companies, etc. So you have that single view and really platform view that you can build your private capital firm on. The fourth piece of advice that I give is that make sure that you build a system that's capable of giving you a fully connected end-to-end view of your LPs. That's a lot more challenging than it sounds. What it means is connecting your CRM system to your investor relations system, perhaps to your fundraising platform. If you're in the venture capital space, your deal management platform being connected to your portfolio management platform, and in turn perhaps being connected right back to your fundraising platform. It's very challenging if you build piece by piece, choosing what are referred to as best of breed solutions, but actually end up creating, as I said previously, these islands of information. So make sure that you choose a platform that's capable of connecting the dots from day one. Despite the fact that you may not need it day one, ensure that you make a decision that is more future-proofed and gives you that runway to extend the platform to meet your needs in the future. And the fifth and final piece of advice that we'll give you is choose a platform that's capable of supporting the entire life cycle. Now, when you think about life cycle in the private capital environment, you may be thinking about your LPs who start initially as prospects, so you need some marketing capability. Those prospects become suspects as you engage with them. Perhaps they demonstrate interest in your fund. You then want to onboard those potential investors onto your platform, give them visibility via your data room to view your funds. Perhaps you want to give them the ability to invest immediately in straight through processing in a fully digitized manner. So you want to give them the ability to invest right there and then. Allow them to e-sign any documentation that you may issue. Certainly reduce any of those not in good order errors by digitizing that process end to end, leveraging the data that you've got in your systems to pre-fill documents, so that when your LPs receive those subscription documents, they can simply review them and sign them and have that signed document reside back in a single central system for document management purposes, helping you to maintain compliance, easing the process through which your investors can onboard with you, etc. Once you have onboarded them, you've then got the life cycle of the investor process to manage. So that's issuing statements, capital calls, issuing tax documents around tax season, etc. This is all part of the life cycle of an investor. It may involve transfers, it may involve redemptions, and certainly reinvestment into other funds. So make sure that you choose a platform that's capable of supporting that entire life cycle. In the broader context, if you're a private capital firm that is both fundraising and deploying that capital into assets or portfolio companies, then you'll want to extend that life cycle further into how are we investing the funds that we've just raised, how are we tracking assets into which those funds have been deployed, and how are we passing that performance information right back to our LPs, thereby completing that life cycle end to end. So hopefully you find it useful. We'd love to talk to you if you are looking to digitize your private capital firm in 2023. Just go to assetclass.com and we'd be delighted to see if we can help you further.